Hello all, let's start with chapter 1 chemical reactions and equations. So, first of all, what is a chemical reaction? Chemical reaction is a process wherein new substances are formed with one or more properties, that is, new properties with them. And basically, the new properties will have change in state, color, there will be a evolution of gas, and change in temperature. So, let's see um, the changes in a chemical reaction. Consider the following situations of daily life and think what happens when milk is left at room temperature during summers. In this case, milk turns into curd. So, this is also a chemical reaction. An iron tawa, pan, or nail is left exposed to humid atmosphere. In this case, iron gets rusted. So, again, that is a chemical reaction. Grapes get fermented. Food is cooked. Food gets digested in our body. We respire. We inhale and exhale. So, all these things are nothing but a change in state. So, in all the above situations, the nature and the identity of the initial substance have somewhat changed. So, the identity of the initial substances, for example, here grapes get fermented. The original grapes, that is, the initial substance, have changed now. We have already learnt about physical and chemical changes of matter in our previous classes. Whenever a chemical change occurs, we can say that chemical reaction has taken place. Now, you may perhaps be wondering as to what is actually meant by a chemical reaction. So, as I explained at the very start, so new substances are formed with properties. Now, here if you can see, there is an activity done. If you can see here in the figure, we have a burner, we have a tongue to hold this burner, we have magnesium ribbon, and we have a glass. This is a watch glass and a magnesium oxide which is formed on burning. Now, let's read on. This activity needs the teacher's assistance. It would be better if students wear suitable eyeglasses. So, clean a magnesium ribbon about 3 to 4 centimeters. So, we will be having a magnesium ribbon 3 to 4 centimeter long, and by rubbing it with sandpaper. So we will be rubbing that with a sandpaper. Hold it with a pair of tongs, burn it using a spirit lamp or burner. So we'll be burning that particular magnesium ribbon and collect the ashes so formed in a watch glass as shown. So once we burn that particular magnesium ribbon, we get the ash. Ashes are nothing but the burnt magnesium ribbon. Burn the magnesium ribbon, keeping it away as far as possible. Now we have to observe what exactly happens here. So here they have explained it. You must have observed that magnesium ribbon burns with a dazzling white flame and changes into a white powder. So whatever the magnesium ribbon we had, it burns, it reacts with the oxygen while burning, and then the ashes what we get, that's nothing but the magnesium oxide. So there is a change in state. This powder is magnesium oxide. It is formed due to the reaction between magnesium and oxygen present in the air. So we have another activity over here. Activity 1.2, take lead nitrate solution in a test tube. Add potassium iodide solution to this. So now we will be having lead nitrate solution in a test tube. So this is a test tube. We will be having the lead nitrate solution, and then we will be adding potassium iodide solution. There is another solution which has been added to this particular lead nitrate solution. So what happens here? So let's read on. From the above three activities, we can say that any of the following observation help us to determine whether a chemical reaction has taken place. So obviously when we add lead nitrate solution with potassium iodide solution, when both these are added, there is a chemical reaction taken place. And there will be a change in state, there will be change in color, there will be change in color of the solution, there might have evolution of gas, and then there will also be change in temperature. So that's the activity which needs to be done. There is another activity. Take a few zinc granules in a conical flask or a test tube. Add dilute hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid to this. Handle the acid with care. Do you observe anything happening around the zinc granules? Touch the conical flask or test tube. Is there any change in its temperature? So basically they are trying to explain that whenever the chemical reaction happens, so this particular property change in the temperature, so there will be a change in temperature. So just trying to add, they have zinc granules, zinc particles in a flask, kind of flask this shown here, and then they try to add dilute hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid to that particular granules, and they are asking us to just touch the conical flask and check if there is a change in temperature. So there will be a change in temperature, of course. So we can say that any of the following observation help us to determine whether a chemical reaction has taken place. So these are the four properties that will take place. There will be change in state, there will be change in color, there might be a gas, change in temperature. As we observe the changes around us, we can see that there is a large variety of chemical reactions taking place around us. Um, they earlier they had given the real life examples here. Milk left at the room temperature, so milk turning into curd, then iron rusting, grapes getting fermented, food is cooked. For example, if you try to cook the rice, the the raw rice, if you try to cook it, once you cook it, you cannot get the old raw rice, right? So it is irreversible. So food is cooked, again food gets digested in our body when we eat the food, and also the respiration example they have given. So these are the day-to-day examples what they have given, and that's what they are trying to explain as a part of the activities. So we will continue for the next part of chemical equations in a next video. Thank you.